Hey replay viewers, thank you so much for checking out the replay. I appreciate it. Just so you know, even in the replay, you can still leave hearts just by tapping on the screen. That lets me know that you enjoy what I talk about when I come on these Periscopes. So for those of you who are new, this is the 30 Herbs in 30 Days series that we are doing. And you'll see the background. I'm going to start changing the background here each day to reflect a real picture of the plants that we're going to be talking about that day. So this also has our website on it. So I'm going to go a little bit closer for you so you can read that. So goldenpoppyherbs.com/basics of herbalism. You see this like right down here. If you go to that website, you can sign up for our email newsletter list, and we send you a copy of our free ebook, which is called The Basics of Herbal Medicine. So you learn a little bit about some of the herbs that we talk about here, and you will also learn a bit about the history of herbal medicine, how to get started using herbs. It's a really awesome, like 40-page free ebook that you get just for signing up for the newsletter. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around here. So my name is Sarah. I am an herbalist and a nutritionist. And I am the owner of Golden Poppy Herbal Apothecary, which is located in Fort Collins, Colorado. And so I realize I'm in our office today, so you can see all of our lovely little office supplies behind us. It's not exactly the best background, but that's where I am today. So the store is located in Fort Collins, Colorado. We also sell a lot of our products online. Most of the products that I'm going to kind of talk to you about today, you can get on our website. Again, that's goldenpoppyherbs.com/basics of herbalism. So I am doing a 30 Herbs in 30 Days series for the entire month of December because I really am passionate about teaching people about herbal medicine, about how to use herbs, why you would want to use herbs, what herbs even are, what they're good for. A lot of misinformation exists out there about herbal medicine. So I'm really here to just teach you guys and give you information that hopefully can empower you to take a little bit of control over your own health by using natural remedies at home for yourself. So I like to get right into the information that I have to share for you and then answer questions at the end, just so anybody who's watching the replay can just kind of check out the information. But for those of you who are watching live, if you want to share this with any of your friends who you think the information would be really valuable for, on an Android you can just swipe up, and on the iPhone you can swipe left to right, and you can click the little share button and you can share it with your Periscope followers. You can also share it with your Twitter followers, that kind of stuff. For anybody who you think would also like to know a little bit more about herbs. And then also, since I kind of wait till the end to take questions and comments, if you guys want to just tap on the screen and give me hearts so you can kind of let me know that you're enjoying what I'm talking about, that would be great. Otherwise, I talk and I'm not quite sure if people are enjoying what I'm talking about. So today's herb of the day is peppermint. So thanks, Water Tree Store, you're here again, yay. So I'm going to be talking to you all about peppermint today. So how many of you who are watching live have used peppermint before? If you have, just type the word peppermint into the comments. It's a really common herb. So peppermint, yay. How many of you watching don't like peppermint? And if you don't like peppermint, give me a little thumbs down sign. There are a lot of people out there who don't like peppermint. Peppermint Star, Dawn likes peppermint or has used peppermint. So peppermint is one of the most commonly used medicinal herbs. A lot of people don't even necessarily think about it in a medicinal sense. It's so ubiquitous in a lot of our cultures that, people are like, oh, peppermint is medicinal. And you don't think about it because it's something that's been used for so many common conditions for a really long time, and it's so safe for so many people that it just doesn't even cross your mind that every time you make yourself a cup of peppermint tea, you're using herbs in a medicinal way. So one of the most commonly used things for peppermint is digestive. So how many people have, even like Moroccan restaurants, they serve peppermint tea after dinner, or if you were over at your grandmother's house and you had an upset stomach and she decided to make you a cup of peppermint tea to settle your stomach down. Peppermint is wonderful for settling down an upset stomach. So this is really specific for situations that are more like gas and bloating or heartburn scenarios, or that overly full feeling that you get after eating, like you haven't quite digested it all very well, peppermint's good for those sorts of situations, for digestive stuff. Now with heartburn, peppermint can be really wonderful for heartburn. Star really likes peppermint. Good. Peppermint can be really wonderful for heartburn. However, for some people, peppermint aggravates their heartburn, and that has to do with people who are sensitive to the mint family plants in general. They tend to be irritated by things like peppermint and spearmint and catnip. And so that's the one thing you definitely want to think about whenever you're using herbs for yourself or anyone else is using herbs, is that everybody is so different that there's no way for anyone to know how someone's going to react to a particular herb. Even things as common as peppermint and chamomile, which I talked about yesterday, you never know when someone's going to have a weird reaction to it. That's just kind of the way it is. It's just like medications your doctor prescribes. They have no idea if you're going to have a bad reaction to it. You're never going to know until you try. So just keep that in mind anytime you're using herbs on yourself. If you start to use an herb and you don't feel well when you're using it, then you should stop using it. Even if you think it's the herb you're supposed to be using or someone tells you is what you're supposed to be doing, if it doesn't make you feel well, it means it's not for you. Okay, so that's my little safety disclaimer. And that goes for all the herbs that we talk about in this series. So peppermint in particular, I said, really great for most heartburn type conditions. So if those of you who've had peppermint tea can attest to the fact that it's pretty cooling of an herb. So it's really good for those digestive issues that are hot in nature. So things like heartburn, indigestion, bloating, that kind of situation. It's also really nice to just help cool people down who have heat issues. So women who experience hot flashes, kids who have fevers, peppermint is really a wonderful tea because hot peppermint tea can actually kind of help break the fever, where it sort of warms you up first, but then the end effect is really cooling. So peppermint tea is really nice for kids who have those fevers. Iced peppermint tea in the summertime is wonderful if you live in a really hot place to just help cool your system down. Women who have hot flashes, I think I said that already, wonderful way to use peppermint. So I'm going to show you a couple of the products that we use peppermint for in our iced peppermint tea with lemon. Yeah, one of my favorites too is lemon balm and peppermint sun tea. Like if you grow lemon balm and peppermint and just pick them fresh, you can put them in a jar, add water, and leave it out in the sun, and then ice that. It's really nice in the summertime. So the first product that I'm going to talk to you about today that we use peppermint in, this is our tummy tea. So tummy tea is a product that we created because we had so many people coming into the store saying, oh, I have this digestive problem, I have this digestive problem, I have upset stomachs on a regular basis, my stomach always kind of doesn't feel well, those sorts of scenarios. So this is a general, all-purpose, great to get started digestive healing tea. The herbs that we have in here, we have a little bit of meadowsweet, which is anti-inflammatory. We've got fennel, which is great for gas and bloating. There's chamomile in here, which I talked about yesterday, which, by the way, if you want to watch some of these other 30 Herbs in 30 Days series, and they've gone off Periscope already, you can watch them on our Catch account, which is katch.me/goldenpoppyherb. So that's catch.me/goldenpoppyherb. You can watch all of the replays. They save them there past when they're on Periscope. So chamomile, and then there's peppermint in here, and then there's also an herb called plantain, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, and cinnamon. So this digestive tea is really nice because it covers the gamut. It's got some warming herbs, it's got some cooling herbs, so no matter kind of which direction your digestive problems go, this tea is going to be really helpful for that. So one of the other products that we have peppermint in our store is our pregnancy tea. So the pregnancy tea is made for pregnant women. The herbs that are in here are shown to be safe for women during pregnancy and have a long use during pregnancy. So one of the reasons we put peppermint in here is because we have a lot of mamas who report heartburn when they're pregnant. You know, as bellies grow and babies grow, they push up on the stomach, and that itself can cause heartburn for a lot of moms. So peppermint tea can be really, really helpful for that. So we put the peppermint into our pregnancy tea, so if moms are just drinking the pregnancy tea on a regular basis, it can help potentially prevent some of those heartburn situations from happening in the first place. And then the last product that let's see if I can find it over here, that I'm going to talk to you about is peppermint essential oil. So At some point in time, I'm going to do a scope specifically about essential oils and essential oil safety and how essential oils relates to herbs and herbal medicine in general. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm sure it'll be a hot button topic, that one. But what I really like to use peppermint essential oil for is headaches. So a lot of people who experience headaches and migraines in particular can get a lot of relief from simply smelling peppermint essential oil. You know, if you are out and about and you're prone to headaches or prone to migraines, you know, you don't have time to stop and make yourself a cup of peppermint tea or something, but you can reach into your pocket or your bag and pull out a bottle of peppermint essential oil and just smell it, and it can really help mitigate the potential for getting a migraine or any kind of headache. In combination with lavender, in fact, peppermint and lavender together have been shown to be extremely beneficial for helping to kind of prevent headaches. So when you get the first inkling of a headache, really great combination to just kind of keep it on hand. A lot of times people come in and we'll make them little rollers, so where we dilute the essential oils down so they can like roll those on behind their ears. Sometimes people even like roll on the peppermint and lavender essential oil up on their upper lip, so they're just getting it consistently for a while. If they tend to get really bad headaches, that's another really nice way to do it. So all right, so for those of you who are watching live, who has some questions about peppermint? Anyone have questions about peppermint? Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Someone named Todd just joined us. So those of you who are watching right now, tell me where you're watching from. Where in the world are you watching from? And also tell me if you just randomly ended up on my scope or if you have been following me for a little while. Texas, Star, awesome. What part of Texas? St. Louis? Oh, hey, a family in St. Louis. That's a great one. Oh, you're following us. Great, Star. That's awesome. Good to know. Ingest the peppermint essential oil and tea. So this is something I'll definitely talk about in the scope that I do specifically on essential oils, but essentially, yeah, diffusing it in the air is great. So essentially, essential oils are extremely, extremely concentrated versions of plants. It basically, so like this entire jar of peppermint would probably produce about 1 or 2 drops of peppermint essential oil. Herbally, yeah, I'll answer that question in a second, definitely. So essentially 1 or 2 drops of peppermint essential oil will come out of this entire jar of peppermint. So if you think about adding a couple of drops of essential oil to your tea, you're putting this much peppermint into your cup. Like, would you realistically put this much peppermint into your cup and then try and drink it? Probably not, because that would be really, really strong in your body. Your body would completely rebel against you, saying that's way too strong, I can't drink this. That's what you're doing when you put essential oils into things that you then take internally. So there are definitely some scenarios where using them internally can be warranted, but for an everyday purpose, it's just too hard on your body. It has the potential to be really damaging to your liver in a very short amount of time. You are so much better off if you're going to be doing any sort of herb or plant of any kind internally to sticking with a tea or even a tincture or like a syrup or an extract or something like that. Really, essential oils internally are not a great idea unless you've got like a bacterial infection that's antibiotic resistant, or you have staph infection, like really serious scenarios. Otherwise, it's just not safe for the long term. So Herbally asked about diluting into the carrier oil. Yeah, you're welcome, Dawn. Diluting the essential oils into a carrier oil before putting it on, the answer is absolutely yes. So again, same thing applies. The essential oils are really concentrated, and in a short amount of time, if you're using them neat, directly on your skin without diluting them, you can cause sensitivity issues. So lavender and peppermint are known to be more gentle, but I mean, peppermint's actually really, really strong, but lavender is one that people say you can put on neat. Yeah, so if you're hiking in the woods and you scrape yourself on a rock and, you're bleeding and there's a lot of dirt in there and you have some lavender essential oil, rinse off your scrape, put a little bit of lavender essential oil in there because it's antimicrobial and it's going to help keep it clean. But then that's about it. Like just a single use application is the best thing to do. If you put a couple of drops of lavender and peppermint essential oil into a roller, and I'm talking like maybe 5 or 6 drops total into a little 10 milliliter roller, it's going to be plenty strong to help mitigate the effects of any sort of a headache that you might be getting, and for the reason that you're putting it on. So definitely dilute. And we have a really awesome little dilution chart. When I do more about essential oils, I'll end up showing that to you guys. So, all right, anyone else who's watching live have any questions about peppermint? And for those of you who aren't watching live, who are watching the replay, if you want to get in touch with us and ask some questions, you can go to our website, goldenpoppyherbs.com/basics-of-herbalism, sign up for the newsletter, get the free ebook on herbal medicine. You can also find our contact us page on the website and send us some questions if you have questions while you're watching this and you're not watching it live. All right. Thank you for those of you who are on live and who are following us. Make sure to share these with people next time we come on live, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Yeah, of course, Star. I'm glad you appreciate it. It's good to see you here. All right, thanks, you guys. Have a nice day.